Hi, welcome to Connecticut. This project was made by Ba-Duong and Allison. So, some history behind the Connecticut colony. It was known as the Nutmeg State. Two colonies were founded in between 1633 and 1638. Most of the colonists came from Massachusetts Bay Colony, although some of them were from the Dutch. One of those colonies was founded by Thomas Hooker. Connecticut was one of the six New England states in the northeastern region of the U.S. Connecticut became an official state in 1776, and settlers started moving in at the middle of the Connecticut River Valley where resources were good. So, the geography for Connecticut. Connecticut has an area of about 7.7 thousand square miles. It is up in the northeastern corner of the U.S. There are three parts to Connecticut. There's the western upland, central lowerland, and the eastern upland. The Connecticut River is the longest river in the state. It's about 410 miles or 660 kilometers. You can see it go straight through the middle of Connecticut. The highest two populated cities of Connecticut are Stamford and Bridgeport. In Connecticut, there's a mix of agricultural and urban living. You'll be able to see a bunch of different animals in the wild in nature, like deers, bears, wolves, foxes, porcupines, and beavers. So the weather for Connecticut during the summer, there's about an average of 60 to 80 degrees with sunny skies, but during the winter, it can get as low as 50 degrees and it may start snowing. So, for the economy of Connecticut, it has high productivity rates due to its good education, but it had a lack of natural resources. Connecticut is one of the states with the lowest rate of unemployment. It has the highest rate of personal income per capita. Uh, in 1794, the cotton gin was invented by Eli Whitney in Connecticut. Pretty cool. Connecticut was mostly an agricultural economy until the 19th century. Once it hit the 1800s, it became somewhat of an agricultural industrial economy. Its currency that it used was mostly the Spanish dollar, seeing how most of the colonies just traded with Spain and didn't really have a need for their own currency, they just used Spain's. So, for the government of Connecticut, each town or colony elected their own governor. The government started with the Fundamental Orders of Connecticut in 1638. Legislator would have an annual election for a governor, so it was mostly like representative government like we have today. Back when the colony first started, it had good relations with the natives, so they didn't really have any wars. They had more like a peaceful agreement, and they stuck to that agreement. So why move to Connecticut? Well, it's one of the original 13 colonies, which means it has history, like a lot of artifacts, and a lot of cool destinations you can check out. It's also a mix of urban and agricultural living if you're not one for a total urban or a total rural living. There are many job opportunities in manufacturing for workers, seeing how Connecticut is has one of the lowest unemployment rates. There's a lot of beautiful scenery, nature, and wildlife. So if you ever want to go out for a walk, it's gonna look really beautiful, unlike living in like New York or something. And there's a peaceful lifestyle. There's not much that goes on. It's just really nice. Here are our sources. And thank you.